What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me again, and we are back with a brand new Outriders build video. Today I want to show you guys how I'm playing my Anomaly Trickster right now. I've been exploring some builds with non-legendary gears, and I'm very excited to drop this for all you guys. I know legendary drop rates are pretty bad. I'm sure that set drops are worse as well, but if you guys are interested in a solid non-legendary build that is as effective in clearing CT15s or better yet clear CT14s, then stick around, you guys. So I've switched up my build video format. I haven't had much time doing some of the editing, so I'll probably present this way more often. If you're new to the channel, you won't notice it, but for all you guys who have been watching my videos, I really appreciate you spending some time in this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'm hoping you do in the end. So this build is unconventional. I've never seen anybody run this, at least on YouTube, but I'm sure somebody else thought about doing something like this. This build is still Anomaly Pyro at its core, but unlike my previous build, as the title of the video says, it's a pyro build. Its burn damage can reach up to 50k per second given the right conditions, like when all the skills are deployed and there's a significant number of elites on the field. Like the Pyromancer, you can mark enemies and just let loose on an elite because you know those marked enemies are going to die eventually to your burn damage and to the effects of the mod twice as hot. This build also features a melee style of play where melee attacks alone can hit for a ton of damage coupled with untamed power. Today I bring you another unique playstyle that definitely makes the Anomaly Trickster a really versatile class among others. Let's get it. So let's open our inventory. So as you can see, I'm wearing purple armor and the meta death shield and the enemy. Okay, so I'm sure I'm also using dual pistols. That's really important to discuss, but we'll get to that later. When it comes to attributes, you're gonna want to switch to status power. Simply because this attribute greatly increases your burn damage. Cooldown reduction is still essential in order to keep your skills up all the time. Let's start with the burn mod that I'm using. So bullet kindling and twice as hot. So aside from the damage increase from the status power attribute, a lot of the burn damage increase is because of bullet kindling, because of the 20% increase to burning enemies. Once enemies are burning, twice as hot inflicts more damage to them. Every time we use a skill, this includes melee attacks, the damage from twice as hot can actually increase because of bullet kindling and of course from our weapon mod, Fortress. Okay. Now, since twice as hot is triggered by using skills and melee attacks, the obvious thing that I did was to reduce my melee attack cooldown by adding martial arts to the mix. The quicker we spam our melee attacks, the more frequent twice as hot triggers. This opens up another great synergy with untamed power. This means that casting a skill or melee can actually do 3 hits to burning enemies. But the question remains, how do you burn them? There's 3 ways to do so. Use a weapon mod with burning bullets, or use the mod Wrath of Moloch, but I found that the best way to play this is with the Mark of the Stake. Firing shots to enemies will mark them. You don't need to unload all the bullets, just 1 bullet is enough. When you're done marking, just reload and all the enemies you shot will burn at the same time. This allows you to cast all your skills to one enemy, for example Broodmother, with all the enemies burning on the background. They will die from the effects of burn, twice as hot, and if they're close, from untamed power. Now, I'm not saying you do this with a pistol. Any assault weapon will do, but the attribute that I recommend is Armor Pierce, simply for no resistance against the fortified. Status power for added burn damage, and skill leech. Once all skills are on cooldown, the only thing left to do is to moan twice. Now all there is to it is to increase our damage with Captain Hunter, no resistance against the fortified, unstoppable force, power assimilation, and brawl for melee. With this, you'll definitely reach 50k burn damage per second while still doing massive damage with melee. The only defensive mod that I use is the tier 3 mod, Not Impressed, because I found that most non-elite enemies die rather quick, and the only ones that takes time to kill are the elites. That is why 25% less damage from them is still good. Both physical attacks and anomaly damage is quartered by this mod. Another way to survive enemy attacks is by investing on the skill node that grants weakness to melee attacks. Weakness decreases enemy damage by 30% for 6 seconds, so in a way you're able to tank more damage. Burn also causes enemies to stagger for quite a few seconds, allowing you to put in a couple of skills before they decide to cleave you. If you're having doubts on using martial arts, you can still use slasher, so you could cast Temporal Blade twice. The reason why I use martial arts simply because it's fun to use melee attacks while the enemies are burning and they're far away. So those are the mods. The skills that I'm using are pretty much the same: Temporal Blade, Venator's Knife, and Hunt the Prey. If you don't know how to use Venator's Knife with Untamed Power, I would suggest you watch my video on that. Here's the skill tree. Copy and paste away. A few notes on this. The key is to scale your tree up to here, so you still can enjoy the 100% resistance piercing. Also, you can invest on the node that I told you with a sighting, and also invest on skill leech. So also invest on some skill leech. Okay. That is all for now, you guys. I hope you liked today's episode. If you share my curiosity with anomaly builds in this game and haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with the happenings in our channel. Thank you for your time and see you on the next one. This is the RLR Protocol and I am out.
That well, is it triggering the storm?
Outrider, there's a storm coming your way.
There's a well here, spewing anomaly energy. It's creating the storm. That's what's causing the vibration.
At least I know I haven't completely lost my mind. Now get out of there.